What's up, guys? Nick Rapaza here. Welcome to the Paradise C6 YouTube channel. We're back on the Corvette. I am still waiting on that 90-degree fitting that's going to come off the Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator. I ordered it from Amazon, and with everything going on, I don't know if it got lost in the mail or what, but there's no date on it. It was supposed to be here on Thursday, and it is now Monday. And now even when I check on the shipping, USPS said like there's no arrival date on it or anything. So the fuel system's getting held up, and but I still have a couple fittings that I can do to get the feed line hooked up and get everything else. I just can't do the return because missing that one fitting. So I'm gonna get as much done as I can on that. And today's gonna be kind of like all over the place. We're just gonna button up a bunch of small stuff and get the car ready for when that fitting does come in, so we're ready to go with everything. Again, we have to wait for the TIG welding and stuff, but I do have to move the intercooler because I want this to sit up a little bit higher and straighter, just because I don't want it so close to the condenser and the radiator, just because when I upgrade this to a thicker radiator, the condenser is gonna have to come up a little bit, and with this in the way and hard mounted, I won't have enough space. So we're gonna get that done today. We have a Turbo Smart boost gauge that's gonna be going in, so I'm gonna put that in today. And I'm also gonna do the reflective gold tape on the stuff for, and the housing or the tube wrap, just to get all the stuff and build some brackets to hold down this. So today's gonna be a lot of just buttoning up a bunch of small stuff, getting the fittings on the wastegate. I kind of fucked this up when I was installing everything. It's got a bunch of scratches on it, but as long as it functions, I'm not really worried about if it looks perfect or not. And then yeah, I might get the hood on and cut that up too, get that ready, because this is pretty much where the turbo is going to sit. We're not changing anything. I do got the blanket that I'm going to put on this, which is, I don't know, somewhere in this mess, and I think I might actually clean, but I won't film any of the cleaning stuff. You guys seen me do that a bunch of times already. So let's get to it. Let's get this thing all hooked up and get all the little stuff buttoned up that we can while we're still waiting on parts.
I belong to you.
I belong to
you. Do just what you want. You're the one I trust, and I always be around when I need some loving, baby. No one else.
Yeah. Let you down.
Alright guys, so thankfully everything fit for the fuel system side. We got the fuel in on this side, that's all hooked up. The 90 worked out perfect. It's not hitting the back or anything like that. We have the return line from the bottom of here with the 45 on it. The only thing left is the return off the rail to the fuel pressure regulator. We're just going to need that 90 for the back, and then the fuel system's all plumbed up and everything's good to go. Nothing's plugged in because I know I'm going to be taking that off again when I have to cut and measure this line, so that's going to have to get removed just so it makes a little bit of space. So with all that being said and done, we're going to move over to buttoning up this hot side stuff. So I really just want to get these two hose lines just somewhere mounted so they're not going to hit anything. I'm probably going to use these hose clamps that I have. You guys see me use these for the fuel line, so I'm going to use these for the coolant stuff and just bolt them to the side and just get them out of the way. So I'm gonna cut these zip ties that are holding them back that I used just to get everything mocked up where I wanted it, and we're gonna get everything moved around and bolted up where it needs to be so it doesn't melt or anything like that. So I'm really gonna try and get this one up high and probably get it zip tied to this AC line, get this one right here as far up into the side as I can. I do have a little bit of play with the brackets and all that kind of stuff back there, so I'll move stuff around and get everything done. But I'm gonna throw you guys into a time lapse, and we're gonna get this stuff on and get everything out of the way.
Take me to your heart.
I belong to you.
Take me to your soul. No one else will let you down.
All right, guys, we have one out of the way. It's bolted up and it's not going to go anywhere. The lower one, it's kind of really hard to get to with this AC line on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I'm actually pulling off the turbo and everything so I can wrap it, get it out of the way, and move things around. Because I kind of want these to like flip-flop. So I want to take the AC line, move it down, and then grab this heater core line and move it up. So this way, both of the heater core lines are right here, and then I'll wrap the one that's closer. This one seems to be far enough to where it's not going to be affected by anything, especially because we're going to have a turbo blanket on this. All the hot side stuff's going to get heat wrapped, so none of this is going to be directly exposed. And then I'm going to put the gold reflective tape just over it, and possibly, if need be, get a piece of sheet metal or aluminum to put in here just to guard everything off, and then have the gold tape on it as well. So I'm trying to think what else we have going on. Oh, I did want to explain, so I did look over the boost gauge stuff, and I'm going to use the fitting right on the side of the intake manifold. But what I want to do is I want to get push lock fittings and put everything on with hard, it's like the hard push lock line, so this way it's not this. It came in here. It's like this cheap hose stuff. Let's see, it's clear hose. So instead of using all this kind of stuff for the wastegate, the blow off valve, and the boost gauge, I'm gonna get the push lock fitting, and I already have the black stuff push lock fitting line on my truck. So I just gotta get the fittings to actually put everything together. So let me clean some stuff up, and then we'll get right back at it. So let me give me like 20 minutes. It's gonna be like 3 seconds for you, but 20 minutes for me. All right, guys. So we have the intercooler back in, and you can see where it was welded before. So it's about an inch forward and about a ½ inch down from where it was mounted before. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there it is right there. And we have clearance underneath. The 45 still actually works, but what happened with us moving it is, you guys can see right in there, it's not long enough anymore, which I'm not gonna be using this anyway, but we have another 45 that we can use to alleviate the issue with everything fitting. So I put these foam things in just to space it out. So it's got about a ½ inch of space in between there, which is perfect. So this way it's not touching anything, nothing will rub. And if I need to move anything around when we upgrade the radiator, we'll be able to move everything around. So it's still on the brackets that I made. I just have to weld it to the body and get everything mounted up, and then fully weld the brackets, because they're only kind of really tack welded on. And I might actually try to make something a little bit stronger than what that is, but that's good for temporary right now. So at least we know where everything's gonna move. We got everything with the wastegate situated and all the lines and everything. So hopefully in the next day or so we'll get that last fuel line, because I do want to get this started up and just get it up to temperature, and check to make sure that there's no bugs or anything on this thing. So still have a bit of work to do, but just waiting on some parts. And I'm actually going to see if I can get somebody mobilely to TIG weld this. We'll see what happens with all that, because it's kind of really hard to do custom piping and then bring it somewhere, have it welded, and hope that it fits when you come back. So to have someone on site do it would be a lot better, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna end it there. I do want to mention to you guys that I do have a Q&A video coming out either tomorrow or the next day. Just go check out my Instagram. I have a whole thing up there if you guys want to ask any questions or any comments or anything like that for the Q&A. You can throw them on there and I'll put you guys into the video. So hope you guys are having a good week. Just a quick update on what we're doing here. Hopefully this stuff gets buttoned up this week, but it's with this virus stuff, who knows what the hell's going on. So all right guys, so don't forget to smash the subscribe button. Again, if you got any comments, leave them down below. Hit that like button and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.